Hello, this is Neville Gallimore from the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to give a major shout out to Mike Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it? Let's get it.
What's up, Cowboys Nation?
What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here. You got Jimmy D. I know if my screen looks a little funky, I'm traveling. I'm a traveling man. I'm trying to earn some money. I'm trying to make up for all the money that Uncle Cheech has cost me the last couple of weeks.
No, I have no complaints, man. Like I said, Uncle Cheech, he's helped me like double up on my mortgage, so I'm fine with that, you know. But yeah, you're a busy man.
We're gonna get into it. What's up, Vince? You got Clarence. You got Clarence on here. No, bye week for the Cowboys is quiet, but I had the opportunity to go down to Miami, went game, awesome game, great time. Uncle Cheech was there, and I tell you, we've got a great. Cowboy Nation's the best. So Doug was going on a cruise. He's going on a cruise down in Miami, and he messaged me. He goes, "Hey man, are you at the game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, we're tailgating down there." So I thought they were coming to the game. So they took an Uber. They came to the tailgate. By the time they got there, we had to go in. The game was starting in a little bit, so we only got a chance to hang for like maybe 10 minutes or something. But came all the way down there just to get a picture with Uncle Cheech, just to say hello. And it's a great. I love it. It's like family. It's like family.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They had to go show the respect to Uncle Cheech himself.
Absolutely.
He's a man of honor. You got to do that.
Well, hopefully, maybe they tipped him a few bucks for some of his winnings.
That's right.
I don't know, but also getting prepped up, and I had my design thing, but I guess I don't know what I did with it. I screwed up. But Friday for any Cowboys Nation, and I forget Tampa Bay. If you were in driving distance, that means if you live within 10 hours of Tampa, you should be coming down to the watch party with the Cowboys Nation. Tampa Bay. It's going to be at Henderson's. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun, and never know who's going to be popping in. Jimmy might be popping in. Kelly might be popping in. We're going to be doing a live broadcast, live remote. I know Uncle Cheech is going to be there. I know some guys from are going to be there. So it's going to be 2 hours, a lot of fun. But really, you're hanging with all Cowboy fans. So it ain't much better than that. So it's gonna be a good time, man. We're gonna have some fun.
Hey, one thing you got to lay off talking about where Uncle Cheech is going to be. You got to announce that last minute, so we don't have anybody showing up who shouldn't be there.
Yeah, no, that's true. But like I said, with his picks the last few days, I don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, look at that. We got
Clarence will be there.
Clarence is going to be there. I like Clarence. I also saw we got and I don't know if you saw Twitter much today. I've been flying and driving, but we had a little Twitter beef amongst Cowboys going to be breaking out. We might have to get them on the cave and have it either work it out or just duke it out. I don't know what. Kelly's trying to be the mediator, trying to be the peacemaker, but it's kind of it gets tense on Twitter sometimes, man.
Yes, it does.
It gets tense.
Oh, but you know what? When Kelly's a mediator, you know it's getting.
But seriously, let's talk about a little bit of the football weekend. I know the Falcons, they pulled out kind of an ugly win. Win.
Yeah, you know what? Let's start with that. So obviously I'm sitting there and I'm like, where the hell's Bijan?
The wrong one.
That's okay.
Go ahead. That's the other one. I'm messing up. There we go. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. So anyways, the Falcons, where's Bijan? And now I'm getting text messages from guys on the fantasy show, from friend, where the hell's Bijan at? And it was just strange. The whole thing, even the excuse afterwards from Coach Smith that, he'll be fine. right? Then all of a sudden it was a headache he had.
Yeah.
Not anywhere. He woke up with a headache. It was just strange. And then you're going to put him out there in the fourth quarter with less than a minute left. It's bizarre, and I don't know if that's true. What Falcons said about they might investigate the Falcons on that, but that was
They should be, because I don't know what, he wasn't on any injury report. I mean, he was good to go for the game. I mean, I had him on one fantasy team. It cost me.
too.
It cost me. If you got him to anyone had me. I mean, it cost him. So I wasn't on the injury report. So something funky. What they didn't say was disciplinary action or anything like that. But that's just pretty odd. It's pretty odd. And I just got a message from Cheech. I forgot to send him the invite. So
well,
let me
you do that.
while you're talking. Go ahead.
And I'll talk about that. I mean, at the end of the day, it was weird. They said he woke up. I mean, I know that, look, at a lot of these coaches screw around with the injury report. It is what it is. Maybe he legitimately woke up with whatever he had, and they played the game. They wanted to prepare not let on to the Bucks what that he wasn't going to be playing. I just found it weird that if you're going to sit him the whole game, why are you bringing him in the fourth quarter late just to set us up on a run to set up coup for the game-winning field goal? It made no sense at all.
No, and he didn't look happy. I don't know. Something's going on there. Something's going on.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. It'll end up coming out. He cost me money, so that never was good. And so I wasn't happy about it. But it was a good weekend of football.
Talking about the Falcons, because we can spend a little more on the Falcons today, just because the Cowboys didn't play.
Go ahead, put me to sleep.
First of all, Ritter, up and down. You know what it is? Sometimes I sit there and say, damn, he looks good. And then I watch a play where he easy run into the end zone, lets up at the 2-yard line, has the ball on the inside friggin' arm. Obviously, if you're running on, you're holding the left arm, punched out. I'm like, then Drake London, trying to dive over and losing the ball. I'm like, fuck, friggin', we invent ways to lose. Thank God our defense this year is, depending on where you look, ranked anywhere between 9 and 12, depending on where you look. Thank God. And you know what? To your point about kickers, Koo is money.
Yeah.
And thank God we got him. He's money, and I had no doubt that he was going to nail that game-winning field goal to give us first place. And you know what? I agree with Ultra. We might be hosting the Cowboys for a wild card game.
I would be disappointed because that means we didn't win our division. But that would be like Christmas if we did. The Falcons aren't very good. I just hate to break it to you.
Well, you know that what?
Quarterback is terrible.
And you know what? I in Falcons Nation's pissed. Like,
you got talent, you've got receivers, you got tight ends, you got running backs, you got a defense, but that quarterback is, your coach gets so pissed. I watched the game. Your coach gets so pissed at him, man.
Yeah, Coach Smith. You can see the look on his face, right? And I see Lewis. Hey, Lewis, aren't you a Dolphin fan? You probably shouldn't be talking this morning. You couldn't take care of business for us. You couldn't beat the Eagles.
No,
and Tua didn't play that well in fantasy for me either.
No, and I tell you, there's been a trend in the NFL. I don't know if you saw it. I was talking to Uncle Cheech about it because last week we couldn't do the Monday show, but he came on Wednesday. He picked the Lions as his pick, and I said there's a trend from week 1 where you could start with the Chiefs. All team that is anointed as the best team gets beat the next week. It happens.
Yeah.
It was the Chiefs lost. The Cowboys had that big win. Everyone's high on them. Then they lose. You had the Eagles, the San Francisco, they lose. You had all these things coming up, and they end up losing. And the Lions were the next one, and they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
And that's why the NFL. That's why I try and tell people, even if you're a Falcon fan or whoever, don't get too low. But don't get too high. The NFL it's an 8-8 league plus or minus 3 games if you're the best. That's why you got to just stay patient, let the season play out, and see. You want to get hot at the right time. You want to start peaking at the playoff time.
And you know what? And to your point, Lamar Jackson, who I dog quite a bit because the guy's hurt and his antics last year and in the playoffs not showing up. He was on fire yesterday. That looked like a college game. They were just it looked like when big, top 10 school host the community college for their homecoming. That was a mess. And you know what? Hey, they did a favor for the NFC fans. So that's quite all right.
No,
I
no,
was,
absolutely. It worked out well. And I know, Ultra, yeah, the Dolphins, that's the NFL. I mean, I'm not going to listen, I'm not going to take away, because I would be being that guy when the Cowboys win. You put your guys on the field, you play. The Eagles, they won the game, and they won it
yeah.
convincingly. I mean, there could be some questions about the refs. I mean, we can all talk about that, but they won the game. The receivers played well. I mean, Hurts had 2 turnovers. So Hurts is doing what Hurts does. I don't know why no one wants to talk about it. But I'm telling you what, their defensive line is legit. I mean, and I was wrong. I mean, Carter. I mean, he's a wrecking machine, and I mean, they're a good team. It's not gonna be easy for Dallas. I still think Dallas can beat them, and I think Dallas is better from head to toe. But the Eagles they're gonna be hanging around. They're gonna be in the playoffs.
Yeah, but to Ultra's point, and we've talked about this before, they do need to be concerned about Hurts. I mean, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Hurts is the reason they don't win. You know what I mean? People throw
Yeah.
Dak. Oh, Dak's the reason you don't win, or quarterback. Ritter's going to be the reason they don't. I mean, it's getting to a point where Hurts could be the reason they don't win. I mean, even Swift, who we talked about, he's never been healthy. Never played. I mean, he's playing a pretty good role on a team. Thing is, the thing you got to give, and you got to give respect where respect is due, is they go out and make moves.
Yeah.
They have some issues that they were concerned with depth at receiver. Now Julio Jones is an old man, but if he's your third or fourth receiver, I mean I'll get him for what they didn't pay him nothing, and then they go out. Is it Bard or is it Bird? I don't know. I know he's been in 2 All Pros. I don't know him that well, but the safety from the Titans, they go out and get him for a bag of chips. The thing is, you have to give the Eagles managers go out and make moves. They do. And we're waiting to see what the Cowboys do. Cowboys have some weak spots. The Falcons have some. You guys probably got some areas you want to fix. Is your management gonna go all in and make some moves?
Well, and that's the thing. Our big thing right now is quarterback. And who are you going to get? Some washed up has-been? I mean, who's available right now? That's the problem.
Is my audio cutting out? Someone said my voice was cutting out. Let me know. Because I'm in a hotel.
It
Can you
did
hear me
once or
clearly?
twice. I can hear you. It did once or twice, but not consistently.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll watch it, make sure I don't get too excited.
But the thing with Julio Jones, for instance, again, now he's just some old man. And I love Julio, but at the end of the day, he's been to the Super Bowl. He knows how not to lose a Super Bowl. It's veteran experience in the locker room. And you know what? As a third or fourth receiver, man, why wouldn't you have him?
You still got to respect him.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, I'm not worried about him. I mean, if they line up, it's not like I'm going to think he's going to do, but he's a guy that you got to respect. And he's someone who, hey, he can make a play here or there, but they go out and do it. So I just say to Jerry, and I say to these guys and all these GMs, Dallas has some issues. Dallas has some questions, and let's see what they do. I mean, I doubt they're going to do anything, but there you go. We'll give you Lance for some people.
I got news for you.
We can figure out something.
You guys a bargain on Trey Lance. I wish we would have done something like that and gave it a 4th round pick. That was one of the best moves. I've seen this season.
Yeah, I know people. I know people like to hate it. Jimmy, try and control the chat because I don't have my mouse things.
No, you're good. I got the chat.
You got the chat, okay?
Yeah.
But going back in to some of the games. So Buffalo, and you're from New York, so hopefully you can get us. They lose again to the Patriots, and I was thinking about it, and I posted something about it. I know other people have too. I mean, why does Josh Allen by the media? I mean, why?
I don't know. You know what it is, in my opinion. And well, first of all, I'll take a step back because I got, some family, my wife's family's from Western New York out in, Buffalo, other part of New York out there. And, you know what it is, it's Buffalo. It's not a big market. I think that's a big reason why. I think that like you said, if he's in Dallas, it's a different story. I think because it's Buffalo, he's making poor decisions.
Yeah.
He's acting like a rookie quarterback in some cases. And I mean, it's 3 games in a row with him. right? Making stupid decisions, poor decision. And I think that might be one of the reasons it's Buffalo. I don't know. My thoughts.
No, and it could be just the problem is when the mainstream media says, the Jets aren't any good, but then the Jets beat the Bills, and I'm talking from a Dallas standpoint with Dak, let's just say, and then as well, Dak didn't, Dak hasn't, the Patriots stink, so then it's all right. Well then, they lose to the Patriots, and I looked it up, and this go over our face, but numbers,
Yeah.
and I'm not, whatever it is, you can compare them if you want or whatever, but Dak has as yards per attempt, they're about the same. I'm not gonna look at yards because Dallas, obviously Dak's had a few more years than him, but their winning percentage is very similar. Their quarterback rating is close, but Dak's ahead. Interceptions, Dak has played 20 something more games, and Josh Allen has more interceptions. Almost has 20 more interceptions.
Yeah.
So, I don't get it. I don't get the love affair. It goes back to that. He had that dramatic game against the Chiefs, and maybe that's what sticks in their head. I mean, it was an awesome game. I mean, Mahomes came back with 13 or 18 seconds left. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's what sticks in people's head is that one magical game against the Chiefs is something that people were always.
Well, I mean, you know what? So Falcon says Allen's running into the Madden curse. Now you see Ultra. Hey, you know what? Allen's been in an AFC Championship game, but you know what? At this rate, he ain't going to no championship game this year. And Diggs again after the game was pissed off and really, at least he controlled his emotions a little bit. He didn't say anything crazy, but he didn't say much, and he was pissed. And I don't blame him.
And I know Jeff White knows why. I know he knows why, and he might be onto something. But anyway, so it was that game was crazy. I mean, what other the Chiefs? I mean, they win, but I mean, they haven't looked like world beaters.
No, they haven't. Well, first of all, who's sick of hearing about Taylor Swift?
My God,
it's getting old. I don't turn into football to watch her cheering with Kelsey's mom or whatever. I don't want to hear any part of that.
Kelsey, mom, I think wasn't that his wife? Is that I don't know.
Was that? I thought it was Mahomes' wife. I thought it was Kelsey's
the blonde
mom
one's Mahomes' wife.
Oh, really? I mean, whatever it is, I'm sick and tired. First of all, this Taylor Swift crap. I can care less about that. I am happy because I got Kelsey on one of my teams, so he's earning me some points. She must be.
They say he's doing better with her. They've even come out how he plays when she's there to when she's not. I mean, is that it? I put a tweet out that now I know what people felt, how people felt when the Jessica Simpson. Remember when her and Romo and that whole all that crap with all that stuff. Now I know how everyone felt. Like as a fan, I thought it was funny or whatever, but now I see why it was just annoying, and it probably made people hate the Cowboys and probably especially Romo even more.
Yeah, but you know what though? Women weaken legs, so I'm really surprised that he's playing better. But no, you know what? You're right. They're taking care of their business, but by no means are they blowing teams out and being wrecking machines this season.
No, absolutely. And before I forget, make sure I didn't do it at the beginning. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and share. If you're watching us on Twitter, flip it over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button because we drop live shows all the time. We drop all this stuff. So make sure we appreciate all the support. We are getting ever so close to and I didn't say it, Jimmy, but our big goal is when we hit 5,000, I said there's going to be tickets to a Cowboys game. You can either take me if you want, or you can go with someone else, but you'd be sitting in the club with your boy Mike Tagg or with whoever you want to a game. So that'll probably be already running through. I don't know if we'll get to 5,000. The only game I got left is a Lions game. But if we get to 5,000 before the Lions game, before those tickets are gone, then I would give those up. So get to moving if you guys haven't already.
They're going to be partying in Dallas all night long. So you know what? He's more. He's a more.
Think of Sean Payton, and they almost blew it against the Packers.
I know, right? Yeah, I know.
Did the Saints end up winning? I'm trying to remember.
No, Saints lost to Jacksonville.
Saints
you know what?
lost.
Jacksonville did the NFC and my division a favor, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
The whole Sean Payton. Hey, what about in Washington? choke into the Giants, and now they're calling
Oh
for
my
Ron Rivera's
God.
head.
What a boring game that was. That was just something. If you didn't have any Tylenol PMs, man, you got to just flip that game. That was just a terrible game.
Yeah, it was awful. You know, it was Tyrod Taylor was playing for the Giants. Yeah, that was a sleeper that game. You know, so
no, it'd be good. But let's do this because we got to talk to Uncle Cheech because we got a problem here. Uncle Cheech started red hot. You understand what I'm talking about? Red hot, and he has cooled off. And I don't even know if cool is ice cold right now. It's almost to the point where you don't want to be doing this thing. Let me fix something real quick here because I'm in a hotel thing. Let me just see something. Sorry.
Is it a hotel or a motel?
It might be a motel. I don't know. The funniest thing is, I'll tell you a story. Is so. See if that'll be. I'm staying at a hotel, and I walk into the room, and there's a freaking conference table. That's what I'm on right now. It's an 8-foot conference table, and there's 2 bedrooms, and I got it. You know, I stay at Hilton's. I'm loyal to Hilton, and I mean the room rate was barely over $100. So it's not like it's an extravagant room or anything like that. It was just, this is what they had. They said, "Hey, do you want the king, 2-bedroom or whatever?" I said, "Yeah, whatever's cheaper, that's fine." And I go in here and I got a damn conference table. I thought we were getting ready to hold some meetings here, bring Uncle hell's going on. But like I said, hopefully the video and audio is better there. But let's get Uncle Cheech. Let's get the music going first. Uncle Cheech in the house. You guys don't know, I was down in Miami. Uncle Cheech is a season ticket holder, so he's been down there. He's been a season ticket holder probably since the 60s or 70s. All very loyal to his Canes. So we went down there, tailgated a little bit. We also Wisconsin get inducted into the Ring of Honor along with Dennis Erickson, who's friend of the show. He's been on our show, and then we also had Chuck Foreman. And some people were saying, "Hey, why are they taking so long to get Jimmy Johnson? What took so long?" You got to understand the Canes didn't start the Ring of Honor in 2000, so they got a lot of catching up to do. So they've been trying to get a lot of people in, and I mean, with the Canes, the legacy's so long, it's hard to get everyone in. But it was awesome to see Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson going in together. They were the 2 coaches, 3 national championships between the 2 of them in the late '80s to early '90s. So it was a lot of fun. But we talked about it at the tailgate. What is going on? You're on a cold streak here. Do I need to call 1-800-GAMBLER or what?
Last week was a debacle.
That was a debacle.
But I'm going to redeem myself this week.
Well, we talked about the Lions, and I said you're looking at the trends because the trends were that
you were right. You were 100% right. I admit it.
Yeah.
You said the team on top ended up getting whooped up.
And I was surprised at Auburn. I was surprised you took Auburn.
Well, that was close, half a point, but a loss is a loss.
And I think you would have had the Duke?
Till the quarterback went out. They had a nice lead.
Yeah.
Then the quarterback went down, and that's the end of that. That's the breaks of the game.
First of all, we shouldn't be calling out Uncle Cheech.
I'm still 6-2 with my loss.
Exactly. You got to show the respect.
I know.
And if you listen to him long term, you're way ahead on the game.
No, you are, but he's 0-7-1 in the last 2 weeks.
Well,
you're still ahead.
That's right.
You're still ahead.
Well, let's move on to that. So, what do we got this week? And let's talk about them.
All right. I'm going to take Kansas City over Denver. I'm going to give 8.5. Denver, I don't even know how they won that game.
I don't know either.
Last week, but the Kansas City, they played good. They beat a formidable team.
Do you know that Denver has not beaten the Chiefs in 8 years?
It's going to be 9 after this.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
They're going to win that game. My next pick is going to be Baltimore at Arizona. Arizona stinks. Baltimore looked real good. They ruined my lock. big time, wasn't even close.
No, they beat the
Wasn't
hell out
even
of them. That was
close.
surprising.
That's what
Wrecking machine.
surprised me. I thought, hey, if they lose it close, but they got bombed. So I'm going to pick them over Arizona. I'm going to give 8.5 on that one too.
Hey, I got bombed on Saturday night.
Let me ask you a cheat on this one. So there is a
I got bombed
trend.
Saturday.
There's a trend that seems to be going sometimes where teams blow out a team and then they lose, or at least they don't play well the next week. You know, you look at
That's a possibility.
the 49ers against Dallas. They had to let
That's why that's
down.
not
Dallas
my
had to let down. You know, that doesn't scare you.
Hey, I don't scare easy.
All right,
I'll tell you, the car, not that I would never, disrespect Uncle Cheech, but I tell you, I was going to mention this later. The Cardinals are scrappy. You know, that's the only thing with them. They hang in there. They're with that one win, but you know, they still hang in there.
Why you gotta rub it in?
They don't hang in there over 8.5. Right?
And what do we got here? What is the upset special? What are we looking
my
at here?
upset special, I'm going to the college ranks on this one. Oregon at Utah. I'm going to take Utah plus 6.5.
Wow.
Oregon
That's a tough
looked
game
good.
to bet.
Utah beat Southern Cal last week, which the way they're playing, that's no big deal. But they got a good team. And they're at home. So I'll take the 6.5. I don't know if they'll win, if they'll cover, but I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
Close
That's
enough.
that's a ballsy pick. I would have stayed away from that game, but I'm not Uncle Cheech.
I pick all the big games.
I know you do.
Meaningful games.
I know you do.
You don't see me picking Harvard,
I know
Yale, or anybody like that.
Now this is the one that I messed that up. That's a typo. I apologize, Uncle Cheech. I was doing this on the plane. Georgia minus, right? 14.5. My mistake. Please make sure you guys know that. Georgia minus 14.5. Jacksonville, even though Florida's considered home team.
Neutral field. Florida's not that good. The only thing that concerns me with Georgia, their best player is out for the year. The tight end.
No, he's good. He's good.
I think he's the best player in the country from what I saw. Bar none.
14.5 for a rival. I mean, this is the largest outdoor cocktail party.
In college, it's different.
Yeah.
College, they'll run it up for style points. If they can put 60 on somebody, they will.
Yeah.
And I'm not really concerned with Florida. I think Georgia wins this game easily. And that's what I think.
I mean, these are some games that you got an opportunity to rebound. So, speaking of rebound, what was Cheech's thoughts? I mean, I'm sure you're probably hanging with some high level people at the Canes game. You leave us in the end zone seats, but what's your thoughts
I told
on the
you
game?
when I stopped by to say hello, I said Miami wins this game. Didn't I tell you that?
You did. No, you did.
I said and I didn't even know the backup was playing. What's starting? It was nerve-wracking. You got a true freshman starting for the first time against a formidable opponent. They ran the ball a lot. Yeah, a lot. But they passed when he did pass. He completed key plays. He completed his pass when he had to.
Yeah.
Threw the touchdown when he had to. Got the first down when he had to if he threw. So he kept the game going. They did just enough to win. And then Virginia turns around and beats North Carolina. And that's our next opponent. Virginia's I think they only got 2 wins now. They were like, I want to say, a 21-point underdog for that game.
There were huge underdogs in that game.
So anything could happen.
That's what, again, it shows you anything happen in football, and that's why you never underestimate any opponent, and you can never take teams too lightly. And for Miami, I think it's a game. You could argue they should be 6-1. The Georgia Tech game is obviously, we don't want to go too far back to hurt our feelings, but Miami, surprised that they won. I saw Malik Rozier out there. He felt confident in this game as well. But I just didn't know if they were ever going to overcome that mental, just that collapse that they had at Georgia Tech, and obviously losing to North Carolina. But they showed a lot of heart. I mean, that quarterback's a true freshman D end who is unbelievable. They got some young guys. They're getting it together. Maybe we shouldn't fire them yet.
They played great, the defense.
Yeah. Oh, that was the best I've seen in a long time.
I mean, I'm not saying they got no chance. I predict they're going to end up 8-5. They got Louisville, which is a good team. Florida State's a good team coming up. They should win Virginia. They got NC State, which they should win that game. The only two games that really concern me is Louisville and Florida State. Louisville's home, so depends. If I think if Van Dyke is playing, we got a good chance to take them out. If they play this team, play like Louisville the same way they played
Clemson,
I don't know about that. I mean, they really played conservatively. But if the defense is there and they keep it close, anything can happen.
You wouldn't make a quarterback change for the future, no?
Oh, I wouldn't make one now.
No,
not in the middle of the season. If Van Dyke can play, he should play. I mean, the other kid's going to get his chance next season. Plus, he's got another recruiting class coming in, and the freshmen. The way some of these freshmen, like you said, Bain and the quarterback. I mean, the freshman, he was the best guy on defense.
Oh, he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable.
We got him another couple years.
I mean, to be a true freshman, I mean, Jimmy, you think about that. To be a true freshman playing college, I mean, you're 18 and sometimes you're going against could be 22 years old. It's that age gap,
You're a kid.
Yeah, it's a big difference, But they got talents. It was good to see. Now, I like to say that the games you went to, Uncle Cheech, but I ended my season 2-0 at Miami games, beating A&M, beating Clemson. So I'm satisfied.
Two key games.
Yeah.
I mean, Clemson's not a bad team. I mean, they lost some close games.
Yeah.
The good teams. I mean, they were in it with Florida State. They were in it with, I think they lost to Duke. They were in that game till the very end. And so, I mean, it wasn't like a pushover team.
No.
Cookman or somebody like that.
No, it was good.
I don't know much about this college shit, so I'm in the dark. I apologize, but hey.
Well, cool, Uncle Cheech. Anything else on your mind, or what else you got going on? I know it was a long weekend.
Not too much. Getting ready for the game tonight. Just one more thing before I go.
Well, who do you got tonight?
Yeah. Is the running back playing for the 49ers?
They say a little banged up.
And then they get Bebo's out, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It could be tough up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know what the line is. I didn't really check it.
Yeah. No, it'd be. I think.
But, I'm thinking talent-wise, with the defense, I think 49ers probably should win, but it could be closer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Me, I don't care which one. I got no money.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a lot of injuries on the 49ers, but, Minnesota, you don't know what you're going to get.
With his weapons, though, I was telling people with the weapons, McCaffrey and Bebo, when they're out, he's just another quarterback.
Yeah.
You don't have the weapons around him. He's just another quarterback.
No, he ain't just another quarterback.
He's a wrecking machine.
Well, cool, Uncle Cheech.
Well, wait, one more thing. I'm going to tell
Uncle Cheech, I apologize.
Uncle Cheech off here. If your wife hits you in the head with an iron skillet while you're sleeping because you didn't listen to Uncle Cheech and you lost your rent money gambling, you call 1-800-GAMBLER and they'll take care of you. Give you everything you need.
And then called 911.
I thought I was going to be in trouble this weekend after that terrible weekend for me too. So definitely, Uncle Cheech. Well, are you going to make it out to? Are you going to make the drive up to Tampa for a little party?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
A little watch party with
I'm
Cowboys.
coming up.
All right.
Me and Maria coming up. Maria.
Very nice. We'll get you on the
Sugar
show.
cookie. I hope they got a big enough bed and swimming pool for her.
No, it'll be fine.
You don't want all the water to come out.
Uncle Cheech, you got to lay low, man. You can't let people know where you're going to be till the last minute.
I know. Well, I'm going to surprise everybody.
Uncle Cheech is a. All righty, we'll see you next week, or I'll see you Sunday. See you
All
Sunday.
right.
Zio Cheech, grazie.
All right, take care.
A presto. A presto. You know what I did want to talk about? We're talking about that Arizona game before. Did you see? Did you see? Because Seattle beat Arizona 20-18. Like I said, Cardinals are a scrappy team. Dobbs is playing very well. But did you see where they were going for a field goal? The Cardinals and the holder put the laces completely in. He pivoted the ball wrong, right? Kicker, of course.
Oh,
so the first of all, I'm laughing. I'm thinking about remember was it Ace Ventura?
Yeah, laces out.
Laces out. May Dan Marino get gonorrhea and die and burn in hell. That's all I could think of was laces out, and it was so perfect. You know, you just couldn't help but laugh.
Oh, and that's a good kicker. It's a good kicker. So yeah, but I'm keeping my one eye on baseball. So the Arizona's up 5-1.
Wow.
So that's going to go to game 7.
Game 7
if they hold out. And then you've got game 7 tonight, Texas and Houston.
Yep.
Interesting, and again, you're the baseball guy, so I'll lean on you. But Houston, the road teams won every game.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
And Houston, I didn't realize that Houston had a losing record at home. If they go to the World Series, they'll be the first team to go to the World Series with a losing record at home.
Yeah, which is crazy. I guess that goes to show you it's not always about home court, home ice, home field, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Well, they used to always have you heard stories with their stadium or something? It's like there's visually there's some issues there, this or that. I don't know. For hitters.
I mean, if that was really the case, then they got beat. That means the other team was scoring on them, right? So I don't know. I don't know if I go for all that crap. I don't see the thing is I don't see I think Scherzer's starting. I don't see him getting worked again. So who's this Altuve about to?
Yeah, I mean that dude's clutch.
Yeah, he's no joke. But again, I don't see Scherzer getting worked again. I know he got worked.
No.
So the Yankees are still Ultra. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for reminding me.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, I know that. What do you think? Come on. You heard me talk about that shit enough, man. I'm pissed off.
But do you think? I mean, what are the networks thinking? Are they like worst case scenarios? Texas in the World Series.
Yes, they do. I mean, right now, obviously they want Philly. And first of all, props to Doug calling, he was the one who said Philly was going to take out Atlanta. And, so props to him. He said that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That would be the absolute worst case scenario for the networks. They want Philly. I know Philadelphia sucks. We hate it, but it's a big city. And, that's obviously what they're looking for. But I don't know. But you know what? The Astros.
Yeah.
Do you really think that that's from the network standpoint? I'm not dogging the Rangers or any. I will dog the Astros. I'm not dogging the Texas Rangers. But is there a big difference between the Astros and the Rangers?
See, I think there is because the Astros, they've been there so much. There's a lot of hate. So you have the fans, but you have the average fan wants to see them lose.
Yeah,
right?
Because they cheat. They signal
they're
steal.
Tune in.
That's why they beat us a few years ago. And Ultra, I don't agree with you because I don't think I think Scherzer shows up this time. I don't see him getting work tonight. So what's that other score? You said 6-1 right now?
It was 5-1 Arizona. Arizona was winning, so I'm not sure what inning it's in now, but I got to think it's got to be getting close because the Rangers, I think, play at 8, so too much. So if that goes in, then that's going to go to that'll go to a game 7. So I mean, I've watched some of the games. I mean, it's been good series. I mean, the Rangers won. I mean, last night I watched that one. That was dude. It was close, and then a guy hit the grand slam. They pull away runs, and one guy missed one, and he robbed him of one. It was a pretty good. I mean, it's been a good baseball playoff series for baseball. They can't complain too much. I don't understand how like it wasn't on Fox. Like it was, you had to find
Right.
it. It was on FS1. It wasn't
Right.
on network TV or local TV of Fox. I was kind of surprised by that. I don't.
It makes no sense, and that's the thing, especially whether we're talking about baseball, even football. You get some of the things are on streaming services now,
Yeah.
and obviously, we have there's alternate ways of finding the games, but for regular folks who don't have that situation, everything's streaming. You're going to have a championship, an ALCS on FS1. Why? Because it's NFL Sunday. They should have planned it better. Is what I'm thinking. You don't want to go up against the NFL. That ain't going to work.
Yeah. I don't know if I missed it.
No, I put that up
Quentin
there.
Rains, if you're still, he missed it. I was distracted. So
Yeah.
you send me a message. I'll definitely check out your cave. I don't know. It says you're on Facebook. Try and flip over to Twitter or YouTube too. That helps us out. But I'll find you on Facebook. And I love Cowboy Caves. We had Greg, who had a beautiful Cowboys cave show, and he was a great guy. So I love having people on, showing off their cave, the cave and stuff. So, talk about some of your collection and things that mean to you. So definitely.
Ultra's over
here.
He's
play on PBS.
He's a comedian. He laughed like a clown, right? That is funny.
Oh,
but,
yes.
Yeah. So the other game, I think Clarence Beeks brought it up earlier. What about the Indian Cleveland game? A crazy game. I mean, first of all, Mr. Massage himself, Mr. Handjob himself, he gets hurt early, and at that point, Indianapolis was up, I think, by 2 touchdowns, and then it just turned into a wild game with some crazy calls. I give credit the Colts, and I know we don't talk much AFC, but the Colts, I love Anthony Richardson. It sucks he's hurt, but this what's his name, Minshew, Gardner Minshew,
Minshew,
he's freaking good, man. They have
he's scrappy. He's scrappy. He's a backup, and he get back down to reality. But he's scrappy. But that's another thing, Jimmy. What did everyone say after the 49er game? Cleveland, best defense in the NFL, unstoppable defense. That's what I try and tell everyone. The NFL is a week-to-week league. People talk about San Francisco. You make Francisco in the playoffs. You would think that they would have been the number 1 seed and they'd be this great team. I mean, there was one year it took them to the last game to get in the playoffs. They weren't even sure if they were going to get in there. So I'm saying it's about getting hot at the right time. I mean, San Francisco started out slow. They made that trade for CMC. Then they end up getting hot.
Yeah.
Things happen. I mean, it's a long season. That's why you can't get too crazy if your team loses. It's not like college football, man. If your team loses, it's like your season's over. The NFL, especially now, you got 7 playoff teams. It just doesn't work that way. You want to be healthy, but you want to be peaking the season, which is in the last few weeks.
No, you know what it is, and getting back, like you said, like I talked about, we joke about. I don't know much about college football, but I do know you're right. You lose a game, man, you're screwed on that ranking system that they have.
Yeah.
NFL, take for instance our division. 9 wins will get you in the playoffs in my division, right?
Yeah.
In some divisions it's different, but it's injuries. Look at San Francisco has some injuries. I mean, CMC and Debo. The Dolphins are battered right now.
Decimated with injuries right
now. So, and like you said, but if everybody's healthy and at least they're hanging in there and everybody's healthy at the right time and they're getting hot at the right time, look, I still think, which I never would have thought this beginning of the season, Tua staying upright, I think that they take that division. Especially with what, like you were saying, Josh Allen playing inconsistently, making stupid decisions. There's, the media might not be turning on him, but I don't know, man. Diggs and maybe some of the other guys in the locker room are turning on him because he's making stupid ass mistakes.
No, and when the Dolphins' offense is 100% healthy, I mean, they were without. Again, I'm not going to dismiss what the Eagles did. Eagles won fair and square. They played a good game. Take nothing away from them, but the Dolphins were missing 3 starting line. A lot. That's, I mean,
it is
3/5 of your line gone. Your running back, which is the young rookie who's just absolutely tearing up the league, he didn't play. Waddle's back was not there. So I mean, and then you're missing your 2 corners. I mean, you're not just missing any corners.
Right.
You're missing, Howard Ramsey's a Pro Bowl All-Pro type corner. I mean, you're missing both your cornerbacks. So there's no doubt it's the timing of when you play the team. That's why I say is like, hey, we're going to play the Dolphins on Christmas Eve. They could be fully loaded. They're going to be a problem for the Cowboys. Make no mistake about it. It's not going to be an easy task to win that game. And it's all play these teams.
Well, and you know it is, yeah, and think about this too. So they go into that knowing they're hurt, and Tyreek Hill was running his mouth leading up to the game. I'm like, what are you doing?
But
And
he
that
does.
just-
Hey, man, I love the way that guy plays, man. He doesn't quit on any play.
And I agree. Okay, I agree. You and I love trash talk, and that's the era we grew up in. But I don't know, man. If my team's hurting like that, I'm maybe dialing it down just a little bit, from talking shit standpoint.
Nah,
but you're
you
right.
gotta be confident.
He's 100. You got to show that confidence. But he does play. It's 110%.
He does.
Unlike
did you see the guy's bracket? I mean, he's still trying to juke.
Yes.
Like he wasn't giving up on about. He was going to try and do whatever he can to get something going. So,
well, I mean, it gets back to again, and this is, we're talking about the Falcons. Ritter, 2 yards away from the goal line, decides he's going to start strutting along.
Yeah,
and again,
you're letting up.
And again, should have been carrying the ball on the outside arm. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's hard for a quarterback. Quarterbacks, it's
he had nobody around him. That was the thing. It wasn't like he had nobody around him. He could have easily switched, and then giving up at the 2-yard line. That's when all hell broke loose on Falcons Twitter.
Yeah.
The Eagles want to improve. The Eagles want to improve their 18th ranked pass defense. Yeah.
Their pass defense isn't very good. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I didn't read the rest of it. They definitely, but their defensive line is going to be a problem. And Dallas's offensive line. See, when they're all, it's still gonna take a little. They've never played together. This is only the second game. This will be the third game that they've played together. If they could stay together, which is a big if. I mean, you're talking a big if because you got Tyron there. That offensive line is going to get better and better every week. There's no doubt. I mean, Tyler is there. I mean, Biotis, Martin. I mean, Steele is the he kind of start. He got the contract now. Come on, I need you to step that game up a little bit. They're off. I got confidence in the Cowboys' offensive line in the trenches to do it. But give the Eagles credit for making the attempt to try and make their team better. Now, will those moves work out for them? I guess time. I do applaud them. And you look back last year. They made the move for A.J. Brown. They made the moves, at the trade deadline. They got Sue. They are doing things. If they see an area that they can try and, solidify, they're going to make an attempt to do it. And I give their general manager, Chris, lives and dies by we like our own people. I mean, they did get Hankins, which was a nice pickup for them at the trade deadline. You'd like to see them get something, maybe a depth at offensive line in case Tyron goes down. Maybe you got those injuries at linebacker. Maybe getting someone maybe get another guy at linebacker. Obviously, you lose Diggs. You're not going to replace Diggs. I saw a comment about Surtain. The Broncos ain't trading a top cornerback on a rookie deal. That would be idiotic on their part. I mean, cornerbacks are a premium, and you're on a rookie deal, you'd be a fool to trade him. Maybe they trade Judy, something like that. I don't know.
Well, and to Steve's point, you know what, and they'll give up the amount of picks to go along with it. No problem with that, right?
Yeah. I mean, they'd want a king's ransom. Adams, they're not. Adams would be a good, but I don't think they're gonna part ways with him. And then you've got to pay Diggs and you got to pay Parsons. I mean, he's got a big contract. I just don't. I don't know how that would work. The one that we were talking about would be Henry. Derrick Henry,
right,
is I think he's on a last year of his deal, or next year you can get out. That would be one because I tell you, for me. The running game scares me. And I like Pollard. But I don't like Pollard being the bell cow, banging it up in the middle. That's the thing. There's the depth. I know you're saying a race concern, but depth at linebacker, you lose an LV. I think it's a long season. And that's where I think Cowboys need to get some depth. If there's a guy there now, you're going to get some guy off the street. I mean, no one wanted him. We'll see what happens. But, if there's an opportunity to get a guy, teams just trying to rebuild or something like that. And, veteran tight end. I know I saw the Cowboys talking about Ertz. I mean, I don't know if he's the answer, but I mean, I would say Ultra. I mean, a veteran tight end. I mean, you were all over Schoonmaker. I mean, everyone was all over Ferguson. And I mean, you got young guys here. Why aren't they at the system? I don't know.
And then it's funny because when you take a look at like somebody like us, I mean, we got, Bijan, despite what happened yesterday. Algier stepped up to the plate and did what he had to do. And then Patterson ended up coming in and making a few plays yesterday. We got a great offensive line, a great running game. With us, it's quarterback, right? So like you said, if and when we address that, I don't know. I think that unfortunately they have this undying loyalty to Ritter right now. And look, if you can win now, win now. I want the damn division. I don't care how far, I want the damn division. Get in the playoffs, anything can happen. So make it happen.
Yeah. The trouble with quarterback, you just can't go get a quarterback now.
Right.
I mean, because you're talking a system. It's almost like if your backup, I don't even know who the hell your backup is, but
Taylor
if
Henneke,
you don't have a backup that's better than him, who is it?
Henneke, Taylor Henneke, who was with Washington last year. Yeah,
he's okay.
He's okay.
I don't think his ceiling's higher than Ritter. I think you're kind of going to be stuck with Ritter to the end of the year, and then they could just figure out. There could be some guys out there because you're going to get. You've got a good young crop of quarterbacks coming out of college, so there could be a Fields, or there could be, there could be Russell Wilson because if Denver keeps losing, there's going to be teams that are going to be taking a quarterback, and their quarterback on their team's probably going to be available. I'm not saying any of those are options for you, but I mean that's kind of what it is.
Well, but at the end of the day, I still say one of the best moves was you guys picking up Trey Lance. I don't understand why we weren't doing that behind the scenes.
Yeah, you'd think more teams would have done that because it didn't cost much, and he's still a talent. And so that I know I like Hunter Henry, but if Schoonmaker's got 5 targets, what would another tight end is that going to change? And I'm surprised. I'm be honest with you. I'm surprised aren't using her. I mean, that's always been the safety valve for Dak, has been a tight end. So it's either the offense is getting away from targeting tight ends or Dak doesn't feel confident in the tight ends that he has. I don't know. I'm not there, but that's just my outsider. But yeah, Derrick Henry, I know Quentin had talked about it. I'm going to check. I saw your link. As we get done here, I'm going to check out your cave on TikTok, and anyone else in Cowboy Nation, click that link and give them a check out. It's always good to see that stuff.
I mean, see, the thing I'm worried about us is we have several guys, especially I don't know if you know, like our run defense is stingy this year. I think we're allowing 3.5 yards a carry. Actually, we played well. The only big play against us yesterday, Terrell got burned by Evans one play. But besides that, our defense is good. The only thing is I'm worried about, you're talking about wait till next year for a quarterback. We were stupid enough to sign Campbell 1-year contract, Dupree 1-year contract. I don't understand why we signed so many 1-year contracts on guys.
Well, they do that. I mean, Campbell's old. He's
playing great.
No, he's still got some years left, but I don't think anyone's going to give him more than a 1 year. Like, you guys can sign him again to a 1-year deal next year. He's like 30. Man, he was on the national championship team for Miami. So, I mean, you're going back to 2001. He's probably been in the league 16 years or something like that. So
I didn't realize he's that old, man. He's playing great.
Yeah, no, he's like 36, 37, 30. He's somewhere in there. He's been around a while. So, I mean, so Campbell's he's good, but he's a veteran. I mean, you always get those 1-year guys. What was that?
No, he said Dak doesn't trust his tight ends.
No, I mean that's it's a problem. I mean, it's definitely a problem. I mean, he had obviously Witten was a veteran. Schultz, like you said, he kind of came on late. So if they get a veteran and he uses them, I'm all for that. I mean, the offense is, it's still kind of sputtering. You want to see what happens, but yeah, I'd like to see at least explore, kick the tires on some guys and see if you can get a good deal that'll make sense for this team. And I mean, I would say the Falcons and anyone else. So let's see. Yeah, they dropped 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that's another one there. Where I missed it. Sorry, that was me. Our man Stars, we are the good guy. Jimmy, they said they've dropped 3 touchdowns in the first 4 games. Yeah, you drop touchdown passes, you're gonna lose faith in your quarterback's gonna lose faith in you. So that's something they got to build that trust up with Dak. But like I said, a tight end's always been a big part of our offense. I always got a great tight end. He's got all this. That catch he made was unbelievable. You got
It was
these guys
great.
with athletic ability, and you guys don't even use them. Send them our way.
Well, but that's the whole thing. I mean, it's new this year that we're not. I mean, we're targeting him more than we did the first couple games.
Yeah.
So he's getting more targets, and you're probably getting a few points on him on fantasy league. But I mean, yeah, he should be getting more than 4. He should be getting the 6-7 targets a game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially in the offense we run with that type of offense, he should be getting 6 to 7 targets a game.
He seems like he's such a mismatch. I don't know how they don't use him.
No, in our system, he should be used more. What's that?
No, I was just checking something else out while you're talking. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem. So,
Yeah,
but no, we're not giving up Pitts. That ain't happening. I can assure you of that.
No. So let's say Mayfield didn't. I was just reading that NFL headline. I was trying to see if there was CMC's officially active for the game. So
Okay.
They did their stuff. I was just double checking that. So yeah, I was just making sure. I know I saw it in the chat. He was good, so that's good to go. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that game. And then, like I said, it's 5-1. 5-1 in the top of 8th. Or is that bottom of 8th? Are they in Philly? Bottom of 8th.
So that's going 7.
Yeah.
That'll be on the mark.
That's pretty much, no on, 2 out. So they're almost to the 9th now. Arizona, Texas, it'd probably be a good World Series, though.
Yeah, no, it would be, but the networks are probably pissed off, But that means the Texas-Houston game, the Houston game is going to be delayed because I think they're going to hold off starting that game until they usually do. NL game is over. Yeah.
Yeah, they usually do. So, well, cool, man. Anything else we missed, Jimmy D?
No, man, not much.
We watch. Yeah. I'll say this: we'll watch. I'll leave it with UFC fights. They're sometimes over in Dubai or whatever, and they're on in the afternoon, which I love.
Yeah.
So, and it's just funny because my brother, he does, works for a cable service and this and that. So he gets text message time, and he got text message. We're at the football game, and it said, "Hey, I'm trying to find the pay-per-view fight. It's not on." And then he's like, it was on at 2:00 in the afternoon. He was showing me these text messages. He gets text messages from people asking, "I'm trying to find the Miami Hurricanes game. I'm trying to find the Golden Bachelor. Where can I find?" And I'm thinking to myself, don't you guys have Google? Can't you just Miami Hurricanes?
Right.
It shows you what it's on. UFC, what time's the fight on? It's just, I don't know.
You know what? I bet you they're easily finding channel 597. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, they probably did ask that question.
You're right. Then you're hearing, under the desk, right?
No, you're probably right. So
yeah, they don't need to Google that one or call tech support for that one.
But it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like some of these, it's like, man, I said, I don't know how you do it. I said, I would go insane. I would be getting so pissed off at people. But
right,
anyway,
you're sitting there trying to enjoy yourself. You're trying to have a good time, and you got these morons coming on bothering you with stupid shit.
Oh, but hey, man, we're going to jump out, but like, subscribe, share if you're still hanging with us. Hit that like. But more importantly, we've got our fantasy football show every Tuesday. Those guys bring it. I may pop in tomorrow because I'm on a road trip in the hotel. So I told the guys, I said, man, if I'm hanging in a hotel, I'm going to pop in. So we'll talk some fantasy football and stuff like that. Then Thursday, probably not Wednesday, but Thursday, we got our Dallas Cowboys show with Kelly K9. Eugene Lockhart may pop in again and kind of tell us what's going on with him. Everything's going good with his surgery. Everything's looking good. And then, like I said, Sunday, it's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to have a live remote starting at 11 a.m. pregame at Henderson's. If you're a 10-hour drive distance, you make sure you come down there. It's at 11 a.m. We're going to do it probably hour and a half, maybe 2-hour podcast, live remote. People will be popping in. Jimmy, you might be popping in. Kelly might be popping in. I know Disco D, the fantasy football guys will be popping in. So maybe we got some friends of the show that may be popping in. I'm going to get it set up to take phone calls. So we'll try to take some phone calls and just have a lot of fun with it. So it's going to be our first run at it. If it works, and maybe we'll do it. Dallas plays Atlanta. So maybe next year we do a Dallas Atlanta.
Yes.
One. But
I'll be there, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
we're gonna so we got a great week planned of the show. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, share. If you missed the show, go back. If you're new to the channel, we have so many interviews and so many more coming up. So just make sure you guys check out all our interviews are timeless with Dallas Cowboy legends and Miami Hurricanes legends and NFL legends. Always this tie back to the Cowboys. So if you're new, definitely hit that subscribe, like, share. We definitely appreciate all the support, man. Without you guys, wouldn't be able to do this. Be talking to ourselves.
Exactly. So no, we appreciate it. We love it's fun hanging out with everybody and the comments and especially get some calls and you guys are the best. We appreciate it. And please tell your friends,
Yes.
Share it, share it on your social media, whatever. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we do. Just one last plug. Of course, we got Cuts by Jones, but Kelly and I, we're all working with Twisted Gorilla. They do some of those cool shirts with the sayings and all that kind of stuff. So they're going to be coming out with a Cowboys cave Cheech. Maybe get Jimmy's mug on a shirt. We'll figure something out. We're going to have Kelly's. We got the Cowboys cave shirt. So we got some stuff coming. We just got to work through all the graphics and get everything together. But even before then, Twisted Gorilla makes some really cool shirts. They've got the F around and find out shirt. I think they did a shirt for our kicker Aubrey, and he had messaged me that the mom bought a shirt, with them on there. So they do a lot of cool things. And it's not just Cowboys. They probably got some Falcon stuff. Well, if not, we're going to give them to do some Falcon stuff. So we'll have a lot of fun with that. So make sure you guys check them out as well.
No, absolutely. So
did I miss anything else, Jimmy?
No, I think we're good to go. It was a great show. Thanks again.
Yep.
Safe travels to you, wherever you are and wherever you're headed to.
And more importantly, we are going to come out with a Fred Jones shirt with him in the pit. Now, next tailgate, I'm going to get a nice picture of him and working that pit a little bit, some fun. So we're going to have next year. We're going to do a huge tailgate party. And we're going to have what do they call that, Jimmy? Commemorative. Cowboys cave tailgate shirts. You got to have a shirt to get a ticket to the ride. Make sure we know you're one of us. But we're going to have a lot of fun, like I said, with Jimmy and Kelly and all of us, Uncle Cheech and the fantasy football. We're just fans, man. We're just having fun, mixing it up. We'll talk about any sports, any teams. But, I'm partial to Dallas. Jimmy's going to be partial to the Falcons. But we will, he's chief of security. Jeff is chief to, him and I are going to be going down to the Seattle game, and he's going to be wearing one of those shirts. You got to get on the wrong side of me. You got to deal with the big man, and that's never going to be a good day for you. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So anyway, you guys have a great one. I appreciate it. Hopefully the audio and video is okay for me. I'm on a road trip home, hopefully Wednesday night. So we'll see you then, Jimmy. We'll talk to you, brother. Good luck with the Falcons.
Is going to be commencing real soon because we're getting ready to get this party started. Can you